child.
Maybe hata staki to discuss his story tukisema you say maybe you're not ready. The fact that the baby is already here, you are supposed to take responsibility. This is your kid, man. Uni mtoi wako. Unamleft kwa sababu ati you're not ready. Ama because ati maybe hakuna hiyo. We cannot even argue about that.
To every man watching us today, if you know you're there seated watching us and you have a child somewhere, stop being a coward, stop being a fool and acting unatoka anytime you want to leave, you leave, and then you want to come back and be given access to the child. That is bullshit.
Whatever the situation,
whatever the circumstance, none of you was ready, so you should stick together.
Nataka uniambie hizo rich people problems. Uniambie kama poor people don't have the same problems. Unaona hata when you oversleep at home wanakutangaje? Open wapi unaishi? Wanakutangaje?
Mali ya dunia.
Ni mali ya dunia lakini tuko wapi? You need it. You need money.
So hi guys, this is your boy the Melanin King and this is Life Unfiltered podcast. If it is your first time to be here, all I'm telling you is karibu sana. And if you're a returning subscriber, all again I'm saying is thank you so much for your continued support. Well, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, you should press that subscribe button because you know what? Here it's all about life which is unfiltered. We talk about topics revolving around life, revolving around family and the society at large. Now, today I have an amazing guest. We have had him previously. And if you see somebody here for the second time, then it means they were good on the previous episode. The topic for last time was very controversial because we had to speak about men and issues involving men and men empowerment. Now, on today's topic has come from the previous conversation we had where one of us brought an issue about present dad and absent dads. Now, for me, my story, I think all of you know by this time that I have a father and he was absent in my life. And we brought in the guest who also has a father and has been present in his life. So we want to get the two sides to this story. Before I introduce him, have you subscribed? Have you turned on the notification button? And just before I introduce him again, I'd like to read some of the comments on the video that we did previously with a guy so that you get to understand why we had to do or why we had to have that conversation. Because some people still tend to think or believe that men do not need to be empowered, as this has been the norm since time immemorial, where men have been considered to be the heads, have been considered to be kio cha jamii, and so women tend to think or women feel that it is now time to empower women more as opposed to empowering men. So without wasting so much of your time, let me just get into the comments. I'll just read a few of them. Then you get to understand why we need to empower men. So there's somebody here called Diana Bona. Diana Bona says, then kwa single mothers nani akae considered first? Well, that's a question she's asking because remember I said men are supposed to be empowered more than women. And then some guy called Mkulima said, hapa nakubaliana na wewe. That's a guy, of course, a guy it's expected for him to agree to that. Another very controversial yet famous content creator called Kare, who is my friend, was saying, however, do they? Because the context of this video was basically me saying that men should be considered first when it comes to job opportunities. So Kare was basically saying, however, do they? Because last conversation we had, we said that men should be considered first when it comes to job opportunities because it is expected of them to be breadwinners.
Yes.
So Kare was asking, do men really act as breadwinners in families? So she proceeded to say, many African homes are held by women. Expected is one thing, doing is different story. Let the opportunities be given on merit. So here she's saying let the grounds be at a level. And another comment says, sure, mimi ningekuwa mwanaume sijui ningetoa wapi pesa ya kupea mademu, walai, men are trying. And that was coming from a woman called yeah. And then Brandy Mora, of course the controversial Brandy Mora was saying, expected to provide yet they don't want to. Jobs should be given on merit. Na katuwekea zinaitwanga exclamation marks.
Exclamation.
Good. Statements like this is why women need to be empowered way more. And then another lady said, sad truth. There are so many comments. Unfortunately, I cannot be able to read all of them. But if you find time, go to my TikTok account and look at the video and look at the feedback we got. I really appreciate your feedback. And remember we said we agree to disagree. So it is okay for you to have a contrary opinion. And without wasting so much time, I want to introduce our guest, who is also still going to tell us what he does in the social media spaces and what he also is advocating for. Is he advocating for women to be empowered more or men? As we dive into our conversation on present dad and absent dad. So karibu sana.
Asante sana.
I know last time hatukufanya introduction refu kama hiyo.
I know, right? But guys, it's me again.
Yeah.
Thank you for welcoming me again.
Yeah, feel at home. I love your watch. It's beautiful. Guys, have you seen it? Umeona saa? Siku hata nimeona. Imagine ndio naona saa. For real.
Lakini unapenda kuchochana.
No, guys, men should learn to accept compliments. Unaona, I'm telling him, saa ni mzuri, anaenda hivi, anaenda hivi. Na saa ni mzuri. Yeah, that's what I wanted you to say.
Thanks, man.
That it is about time that men accept compliments.
Yeah.
Hii mambo ya kusema bro nani alikunyoa, no, just say something ananyoa.
Yeah, unakaa vizuri.
Yeah, it does not take away.
Maybe it's because, I mean, we were shy taking the compliments.
Really?
Okay, this is a natural way of wanaume to accept comments, you know? Like, okay, compliment kitu, I just like na brush it off. But I know you've understood what I mean, you know? But thank you again, Mazia.
Yeah, so today we are diving into the conversation, present dad, absent dad, how this affects children, affects families, because there's actually a video that, an interview that is called Jeff Koinange did.
Yeah.
He interviewed 2 girls. And these girls are actually gifted.
Oh, yeah.
Very well gifted. And now they're being recognized nationally, internationally. And one of the questions they're being asked by Jeff Koinange was, the whole time they kept talking about their mother. So Jeff was interested to know, why is it that they're only talking about their mom and not about their dad?
Okay.
Another thing that has sparked this conversation, Raj, is there's a lady going around. Her name is Jackie Matulia. Allow me to say the name because the video is going around.
Okay.
She's out there talking about the baby daddy, who is Blessings Budalo. He was actually an actor.
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor. Yeah, so they parted ways. And now she's going around telling people the way the absence of the father in the child's life has it affected them, her as a person, and the child as well. And even at some point, she felt like she hated her child.
Wow.
And when I was watching the interview, she was saying actually that part of the people who have helped her like have a child back to herself was her nanny, because the nanny took care of the child initially, because yeye alikuwa anaona mti wake, and the only thing that could come into her mind is your father did this, your dad did this. So unaona mtu huyu ata grow up with a lot of resentment. The mother already has a lot of resentment and so much more going on. And right now the era we live in, a lot of what is happening is people get married, they go ways, they go their own separate ways, and children are left all by themselves, just being alone. And now that's why we want to dive into that conversation, to really understand what are these adverse effects, what are these effects that really come with that. So maybe you can watch the video just to get context of what you're talking about.
Talking about your mothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, my mom.
None of you are talking about your fathers. Eliane, you first.
Okay.
You met him for the first time last year.
Yeah.
Why?
Like
How?
not last year, but 2017.
Okay, go on.
So I met him in 2017.
You'd never met him before?
I've never, until he left us. Yeah.
Go on.
So he left us, and then because he chose like Kenya is not a good place to live in, and then now he's really forbidding what he said. So he's planning to. He's getting us tickets every December for us to visit him. Like, so the first time I was very excited. So yeah, and then went well. I did not like the first impression of my cat. Did not. Scratched me. Don't know what to say. No. So sad.
Wendy?
Yes.
About your dad?
Mine is a very long story.
No, I don't want the long story. Just cut it short.
Okay. So my dad left me when I was 3 years old, and then Back then we were living in Mathare, and not really like Mathare A4, and then it was really tough with my mom alone. Back then she didn't have a job. She just left us, but I believe and I thank God that I'm safe right now. At least my mom.
Have you ever seen him since?
Not
No.
really.
You never.
And he doesn't even know like which school did I go to.
Yeah.
He don't know. Am I in high school?
Yeah. Oh, are you? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right, baby. It's all right. Wendy, would you want him to get in touch with you if he was watching you now?
Yeah, because he's my dad. I've never had a male figure in my life. So yeah.
You would?
Yes.
Would you want him to see you perform?
Yes, he's my dad. No matter what happened, it happened. That's the past. And I believe now he has changed. And
If he's watching you now, do you forgive him? Do you forgive him for abandoning you?
yes, Dad, I forgive you. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you're watching. But please just come back home. I miss you.
Layla, what about you?
Now, everyone is doing a sad version of this.
Yeah.
Now, let me spice it up.
Okay, spice it up.
So, guys, when our dad left us, don't think of the negative side. Think of the positive side. Like me now, I can bravely say that I am the head of the family now.
You, at 14,
Yeah.
has your dad ever seen you perform?
No, I don't. Maybe, but I don't.
But you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
For me, I forgive him a long time ago, and I wish him the best of luck where he is. Me, I just want to say that being God sometimes
Yeah.
does not bless you by giving you. He takes away too, in order to harden your heart.
Come here, little girls. Group hug.
Yeah.
Would you want him to come and watch you perform?
I'm okay.
You're cool with it?
I'm cool.
Do you have sisters and brothers?
I only have one brother.
Old or younger?
Hi, he's old.
Older.
Yeah.
How about Wendy?
I don't have a sister. I don't have a brother. Just me and my mom.
Same. I don't have any brother or sister. That's why I play with my toys.
Cookie.
You're gonna make us all cry.
No.
Guys.
We're just strong.
You're strong, huh?
Yes.
Keeping in the tears.
This is. I don't even know what
Yeah.
to say now.
But you know what? You're giving a lot of people hope tonight. You know that? A lot of young kids who thought when they first saw you that you guys are just, uptown girls.
My dad also left me. I was a baby when my dad left me.
You forgive him?
Yeah, I forgive him.
Jeff.
And every year you'll go visit him. That's what you said, right? And you're cool with that?
Yeah.
Did he remarry?
We're not thinking of that because my mom doesn't want to remarry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't want to ask too many questions.
Men are trash.
Damn.
Yeah. Imagine that's your child talking that way on camera.
First of all, before you even say something about this video,
Yeah.
you just told me about Jackie Matulia,
Yeah.
and blessings.
Yeah.
And you see, I feel like in that part, she's thinking about herself.
Mhm.
She's not thinking about the baby. And maybe I don't understand where this is coming from.
Yeah.
But as a mother or as a parent,
Mhm.
I think the baby comes first.
The baby comes first.
you should not get to a point where you hate the baby because of the dad. I mean, deal with your issues.
Some women will come and tell you that you don't understand.
Exactly. This is why I said I don't understand where this is coming from. But as a person,
because according to her, she felt like the reason why she's hating on the child, based on what she was saying, is she feels she played the part to choose the father for the child.
Okay.
So anasema, I made a wrong choice for my child. I didn't choose the right man to have a child with.
But now the result is you have a baby.
Yeah.
Why are you directing the anger to the baby?
Because this child is a reflection of their dad.
No.
Anytime you see
I mean,
them.
this is we can't have this argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to play the role of parent. Period.
Parenthood.
Yes.
Ni moto. And you want to get into it.
We definitely got to.
Yeah.
Because how is it okay dunia? I mean, that is just somewhere you have to go through. But then, talking about the video that we just watched, it's so sad that parents or the dads leave their kids and go away, especially. People look at these young girls. What are you wanaongea? You see, they say they forgive. No, I've forgiven the dad, but
it's still
Analia, she's crying. She's crying, so it means it's still hurting them. I feel like we should do more.
But I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
You now as a man, why do you think, or why would you just wake up one morning and decide to leave your wife, leave the child, and go, and never return, never check on them? Because the same, still in line with that, you know, this last week and this week has been weeks of where people are mostly talking about their baby daddies and baby daddy issues. Because again, there's a lady called Maureen, actress. She's a good friend of mine also. And she was dating this guy, I'm forgetting his name. I will remember. He's also a content creator. And the guy was saying that now he wants to come back into the woman's life and take care of he wants to come back and take care of the child, and he wants to be given access to the child. So people are asking, why is it that men feel that it is right for them to walk out and walk in anytime they want?
Okay. First of all, maybe they were not ready for that. We would give the people a benefit of doubt. So maybe you were not ready for whatever happened, or maybe you are not ready to being a parent. But swali ni, why do you abandon your kid?
That's a good question. But I will still ask myself another question is, if you were not ready,
yes,
what makes you think the woman was ready to be left alone with the child?
Okay,
because kama sisi wote we were not ready,
yes,
we should not have had this child. There are measures we would have taken to avoid having the child.
Watu walikataa kutumia condom.
It's okay.
Yes.
Now we did not use the condom. You are not ready. I am not ready. We are supposed to stick together until we are ready. We should raise this child together.
That is the whole point.
See at you are not ready, you walk out. And then
unasikia. Mimi hata staki to discuss his story tukisema, you say, maybe you're not ready. The fact that the baby is already here, you are supposed to take responsibility. Yeah. This is your kid, man. Uni mtoi wako. Unamleft kwa sababu ati you are not ready, ama because ati maybe hakuna hiyo. We cannot even argue about that.
To every man watching us today, if you know you're there seated watching us and you have a child somewhere, stop being a coward, stop being a fool and acting unatoka anytime you want to leave, you leave, and then you want to come back and be given access to the child. That is bullshit.
Whatever the situation,
whatever the circumstance, none of you was ready, so you should stick together. Mtoto ni wako, you have to stick together. Anyway, naona tunaelekea kujam tu sana,
but puzi ati mwanaume unatoroka mtoi, una expect mtoto afeel aje? Na
vile mlikuwa mnajibamba mkiwa wawili, mlikuwa mnafikiria mnataka kuzaa unga mpike nao ugali.
Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstance, I feel like a man should take responsibility. Hata kama uwezi, hata kama maybe you are depressed, ama whatever the situation, at least be responsible.
And where I never agree with men in most cases is they think that bringing up a child is all about money. No, as someone who really wanted the presence of my father, it was not, and till today, it's not just about money.
Plus, in the current society, mtoto haraisiwi na parents peke yake.
Yeah.
It is the whole society.
Yeah.
Ukifeel ni kama umelemewa, you have parents.
Yeah.
Na kama una parents, you have people who can actually help you in that kind of situation.
Let me
always
tell you
come
about
to you now and then.
Me, I've always envied people who grew up with their fathers close to them. Because again, there's a case or a scenario where you could actually have a father in the house, but they are not present.
He's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. Any prop. But any prop. Anyway, let's dive into today's conversation. Tunaona tunajump tu sana. Our dads
na kuna baridi.
It's even raining.
Okay, the question goes, how did having a present or absent dad shape your personality or values?
Okay.
Yeah.
How did having a present dad,
the presence of the absence, how did it shape who you are right now?
So for me, since I was absent and I mostly grew up being close to my mom, how it shaped my life is it made me have a perception about men that I'm yet to take out of my mind. And that honestly has affected me. Because for you to see me not having a family now, it's as a result of how I grew up and how I saw things be. Earlier on, a few minutes ago, we have said that there are men who feel like they were not ready to have a child and therefore they walk away. So I feel like how it has shaped me is it may change to be this someone who feels like until I am ready, I'm not getting entangled with anyone.
Yeah.
And if we are, then it's not bringing in a child.
Yes.
Yeah. That is for me who has had an absent.
What about your values?
My values?
Yes.
I think they've also changed a bit. Not even a bit, they have changed. My values have actually changed in the sense that I appreciate women more. I have learned to appreciate women more and I've actually seen what they're capable of doing. So the art of gratitude towards women is something that has really grown within me.
That's a dope thing to say.
Yeah.
Because for me, previously, as I said before, the very early stages of my life, the dad was absent, of course.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
That is their story. I don't know. But when it came to my life, I was so happy that at least unajua na kumbe niko na mzae, you know, and it felt good that there is someone I look forward to, you know, being better or like him.
Yeah.
So maybe first of all, the dad being present in my life has given me a challenge that I have to be better than this guy.
Okay.
Because although it's kind of hard because those people made it. So we have a really rough time to beat their records. But na feel ni kama, for me, ili push to being a better person.
Yeah.
Because you see, like my dad, he's a subtle kind of guy. He doesn't have to tell you, do this, do this. But you just have to use your eyes. To me, akili bwana. Because the good thing about my early stages of life, grandma was very strong. She gave me very strong values that I think my dad coming into my life was just an icing on top. Because I was already, I had good values.
Yeah.
I had grown into a man. So when the dad came, alikuja to straighten
what was already existing previously.
Yes, exactly.
So, interesting. Yeah, like you just said, at least now when your dad was there, because your dad was there, even though not the early stages, but he was there, you feel like you need to do better than him because you experienced him. Now, for some of us, we do not even have a benchmark. We don't have somewhere where we can say that, you know what, this is going to be my point of reference. This is what I'm going to use as I bring up my family. There was nothing like that. So that's where the challenge is. And sometimes, to be very honest, I've grown with a lot of resentment towards men. And I don't know, but I think I'll heal with time. I'm a man, but I've grown with that because I felt like my father ought to have been there. My dad is supposed to be there. With money, without money, with misunderstanding with my mom or not, he was supposed to be there because I'm only a product of what they two had, and therefore I'm not I should not be the reason why basically I do not have a father, or I'm not being brought up by both parents. In Omanga,
but here's something I'll tell you. Maybe a piece of advice.
Yeah.
There is that fact.
Yeah.
But I feel like since you're growing and since you understand these facts, just like you say, you can do better.
Yeah.
So you can try as much as possible. Ukitaka kwa mzazi, ule mtoto asiwe na resentments ambazo wewe unazo, you've just got to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do better.
We have talked about that when we were watching the video, forgiving. I forgive my father. I'm trying, because that's part of the reason, or that would be a therapy for me to move from that resentment. His first step is forgiving. I'm forgiven. But you know, forgetting is where sometimes inakuwa challenging. Because everything just keeps reminding you. Because you know, there are times I hit the rock bottom.
Yes.
And I wish I could call my dad and tell him that, you know what, I'm facing A, B, C, D.
Yes.
But I can't, because we do not even have that we can't even have a rapport. We do not have a common understanding. We do not have an understanding where I can even speak to him.
Sure.
You know, it's ningumu. Nauma like.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you go through the process.
Yeah.
But in the process, you're becoming a better person.
Well, imagine I did the times I ask myself, now if my dad dies today, I'm not going to say God forbid, because death is for everyone. If my dad dies today, I keep asking myself, what is that one thing wakisema watoto wake wasimame ongee, I will stand and say? You know, the people I envy that stand and say, you know, my dad did this for us, he sacrificed, he would go to Nairobi, angeenda auze miwa, afanye nini. There's a lot of sacrifice their fathers did for them. But then here I am asking myself, if mine died today, nasimama pale kwa jukwaa pale kwa watu nataka kuongea, what am I exactly telling them about this man? What am I telling them? Anyway, let's just look at the other questions. Yeah, it's life unfiltered. Now let me tell you, me, I'm not planning to hold things back. I want, even when I live this life, I live with no regrets. That I wish ningesema, I wish they knew. No, now. Just get to know about it now. So that they know they have something they need to do to make it up for what they didn't do at that time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Glad to hear that.
How do you think your life would be different if your father had played a different role? One thing nasemanga, if my dad was present, fully present, he wasn't even a quarterly present. Why am I even saying fully present like he was a quarterly present? If he was present, but pia nakanga nasema labda ningeharibika, labda ningekochwa Mungu, tungekuwa zile zaidi. Mimi naniambia nini anakuwa na babangu atawachapa, you know, something like that. But I feel like if he was around, probably even career wise, I would have even chosen something different. Because I feel like when I did my Form 4, cleared and wanted to join a campus, nile niko like, I have to study something that I'm going to go and succeed in it and help my mother. So it is more of, I want to go do something that will help me help my mother, as opposed to, because you know, angekuwa na a supportive husband, definitely I wouldn't be thinking about them. I'd be thinking about, I want to be a social worker, so I'm going to do social work.
Very true.
I want to do journalism. I'm good at journalism. Let me do journalism. But here I am. I have to think about me and think about my family as well.
Sure.
So that is one thing. I feel like to begin with, I would have chosen probably a different career path that would be working for me.
So for me, I think this worked differently for me. The previous stages of life, if I recall very well, I used to be this a jovial guy. Doesn't mean I'm not jovial. Don't get me wrong. I used to be this playful kind of kid. I used to be a dancer. I used to do music, you know, choirs at church. Nilikuwa naimbisha kanisa nzima. Unajua kijana mdogo ako pale. Mimi nakwambia maisha imechange. Nilikuwa nasimama pale mbele naimbisha, alafu ilikuwa church ya Waluya. Nikiimba hapo Kiluya msisha ngoma zigongo. Roho Mtakatifu anashuka. So there was those points in my life that they never came back
Yeah.
when I met this man, because now he's someone who wants you to go to school,
Yeah.
get a degree, get a good job, get married,
Yeah.
have kids, start a family, and live. But me personally,
Yeah.
I feel like that was what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
or that is how I wanted. So zile dreams zangu na zile dreams zake zika crash, nikabaki pale katikati. So this is where nimefika. I'm trying to figure out, so what should I do? Should I go for what I want, or I should do what I'm expected na wazazi, unajua? Because now this our parents, they have this traditional way of bringing kids. You have to go to school, you have to get a job, you have to marry, you have to start a family, but I think things are different right now. Because why do I need to start a family when hata mimi mwenyewe siwezi jikimu?
Yeah.
Because now and then life may change such that we are way sharper, but they don't see it. Wanaona kama kiburi.
Yeah.
By the wazazi wanaona kama ukimwambia no, I want to do this, because now I remember myself going to campus. I want to do theater film. Zakaniambia, what is that? Niambia kijana bwana, what are those? Nikamwambia, well, there's interior design. Hiyo kushona nguo ya kazi ya mama. But trust me, people saizi are making money. Saizi this way nasema ningekuwa
celebrity designers,
you know
what? Yeah,
because these are the live things.
Yeah.
Wewe niambie lawyers wangapi wako hapa wamegraduate na hawajapata kazi? Madaktari
wengi.
wangapi?
Yeah,
wengi. Mimi ni graduate criminology. I don't have the experience ya kwenda kufanya investigation, because once you get these jobs unaambia kijana, do you have experience? Wewe unaweza patwa case uanze, because we even don't get those things.
Yeah.
But whatever we had.
Yeah.
Kama mimi I feel like kitu ambayo inanilisha saizi ni this, going to these theaters, going to these movies, going to these fashion shows. Man, with campus nilichapa fashion vibaya sana.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
na zilikuwa zinanipatia trust me in fourth year.
Ile yenye una feel like wish ungeshikilia tu hapo.
Like what if I was doing this professionally?
Yeah.
Because that one I was doing as a side gig.
Yeah.
Because uko shule, you're doing whatever you're expected by your parents, or by everybody at home. But now here you're trying to do your own thing so that ujikimu. So finding that balance has been a problem when now I met my own dad. Yeah.
Interesting. Lead us on the next one.
Oh, it's me actually.
Yeah, it's you.
Yo, how would you describe the relationship with your father growing up?
There was no relationship. We had a zero relationship. I have no words to describe our relationship, because we were two strangers until when I cleared my class 8, and then I met him, and then we had zero. There was zero relationship. And funny, the saddest part is until right now, we don't have a relationship.
You'll be a good father because you'll do better.
I believe so.
Yes.
Thank you.
For me, ndoto zangu na ndoto zake zimekuwa zikigongana hivi. So I want to do media, I want to do so, but this is not what he feels.
Yeah.
So we have had ile kushindana, you know. Dennis fanya hivi. No, Dennis mimi sitaki kufanya hivi. You see, like this balancing this kufanya kitu anataka na kufanya kitu nataka has been a problem.
Yeah.
And that is why maybe I would say doesn't mean I don't have a relationship with my father. I do have a relationship. I respect him. I know he loves me hata kama asemangi. But pale tu kwa ndoto na maazimio yangu kwa maisha ndio imekuwa tofauti. Because I feel mimi najua this is what I want to do, but he says this is because you know wazazi pia wanasemanga they have lived life wanajua, but kuja kwa grao bwana things are different. So true. The relationship has been up and down because of my dreams and his his expectations, or rather his wishes of the son he had. So kumekuwa na hadi saizi bado, because now you see I am not formally employed, and that doesn't mean I'm not okay, because now mimi niko fiti, maybe kwake is not okay because maybe I'm doing what I can do to survive, especially in Nairobi.
Yeah, in Nairobi.
So relationship haijakuwa that steady, but it's because of the career goals and everything.
Me, to be very honest, that there's no relationship, because I've really tried to bring that up. Because there are times I would even randomly call him. There are times I did that, and I used to get a lot of satisfaction from that. But I got to a point I realized that if I don't call him, he doesn't call me, and when he calls me, it's usually unaweza kuwa na 500 hapo nitumie. So it's more of money. So it got to a point I realized that the only thing I can help this man with is money. So I decided I'm not going to reach out to him, because the only important thing they can see from me is receiving from me, but not appreciating me for being their child, not them seeing me as their child, leave alone even appreciating me. Them just seeing me as their child, to check on my well-being, to call me and just know that uko sawa. Do you know, mpaka sai, my father doesn't know where I live. Yo. Ajui naishi wapi, you know? And something I've seen other fathers do is they will tell their children, their sons, nataka leo nipeleke mahali unaishi. I must know where you stay. My mind doesn't care. Probably he's just waiting for me to die, and then he will come, and then then he will know where I live. Yeah. But that's just part of the things I usually think about when I think about me and him. So if it is not about money, we don't have a conversation. We don't have anything to talk about. So me ilifika point nikasema, wacha kila mtu akae maisha yake basi, because I can't keep forcing this, and anytime I'm trying to bring him close, now it's about money. Can you send me? Can you send me? Can you send me? Because I've really tried to build a relationship with him. You know? Do you know, actually, hadi kwenda kwao, I took the initiative to take myself to my dad. He has never held my hand and told me, twende nikupeleke home or something like that. I took the initiative to take myself there. So there are times I even sit down and ask myself, do I really want to go, and is this somewhere where I really want in my old age to go and settle in? Or probably I need to just buy somewhere else and just go and start life there, have neighbors, form a community. Because there's a community and then there's family. And we have actually seen cases where community can turn into family, depending on the relationship you have with them. So I could easily turn that community I'm going to form there into a family, and I totally forget like this never existed, or maybe I was a street child or something like that. Because honestly, there is no relationship. I've tried to build it, but there's totally no relationship.
You see what I see in you? I see a child, the inner child in you, longing for that.
Yeah.
Ka fathers.
Yeah.
It is there. Everybody has it. It gets to me too. But at the same time, I am seeing you as a better person. The fact that you're taking the time and the initiative to go find out huyu mseni nani. It even makes you a better person. Even better than, better than him. Because if you're taking the initiative, na yeye kazi ni do, it means you're doing better.
Yeah.
So, what you need to work on hapa tu, as somebody who has not had a father, ni hiyo tu kale ka inner child. If you're able to tender it well, utakuwa fit, hata utashanga, utajishtua mwenyewe.
Unajua nakanga chini nasema, if that man would have shown me just a small bit of attention and love, he would probably be the most happiest father on earth.
Right.
Tell me why I would think twice if he asked me for anything when I know he's got my back, he has my best interest at heart, he's out there thinking about me, and even telling his peers or his friends or whatever about me. Tell me why I should find it so hard, or I should find it so painful for him to ask me for money. I wouldn't. If at all, I can step up tu kidogo tu, ili aseme, hey, I'm calling you, you know, how are you doing? I'd like to come to where you stay, know where you're staying, and then, you know, something, it's the little things that people overlook.
Little things.
It's the little things that people overlook that really matter to us.
True story.
You know, at the end of the day, we all need love. Do you know that?
Who doesn't need love?
Yeah, we all need love.
Nani hapendi kupendwa?
Hey,
mapenzi ni poa. Especially when it's actually a genuine kind of love. So history ya kukuwa na present and absent dad, it actually shapes people differently. Na it doesn't mean, you see, just like you said, you might have a dad present, but ni prop.
Ni prop. Yeah, I see.
For lack of better word.
I
Or
say
if
that.
I use what you say, they're just props.
Yeah.
Or rather, they are just problems in your life. Because mzazi ame grow up okay, the kind of life alipitia, he's trying to project the same on you.
On you.
Which is not okay.
Yeah.
I feel like as dads,
Yeah.
unafaa do better. You see, like, provide environment kwa mtu wako.
Yeah.
Especially the boy child, since you're a man and you want him to grow as a man. Akwe better than you.
Yeah, that's
you see, usiwe sasa unaanza kuleta, you were forced to marry at 24, now you want your son to marry at 24. What the hell is that? Yeah. And you know the world vile iko saizi, you need to be better. If unataka mtu wako kwa better, mpatie that avenue to be a better person. And you take the initiative to make this guy better.
That's true.
So that umpatie nafasi ya kufanya nini kugrow, let the boy grow. But mfundishe in that line ya what you want as a parent.
Yeah.
Unajua? Lakini you know what?
You know, the last topic we had and now today, I'm pouring out so much and I love it.
Yes.
Because I feel like that is a whole process of now me healing, letting it all out.
Yes, sir.
I love the generation we're in because I don't think if my father was going through the same things I'm going through right now, he would have spoken about it.
Yes.
So I love how that we have been given the avenue, the space to be vocal out there. Because if I told you the number of people that sometimes DM me telling me stuff about their fathers, you'd be surprised. It's like everybody has something going on with their dad.
Exactly.
And honestly, I'm a man, but men need to step up. Men need to step up because wanatuangusha.
Nilikuwa nikupigia story hapa lakini let's go to the next question.
Let's see the other one. Do you think it's possible for an absent father to re-enter a child's life positively?
Yeah.
I would say no. I would say no. You would say yeah. And this is why. It's not possible because unajua kati I wish watu wangejua. You know, when you're growing up and you already know you do not have a father, there's already a mentality you have in your mind. There's already something you have in your mind. Because the whole time, as someone who was born by a single mother at first before she got married, because she got married again, there's a lot of bitterness my mom grew up with, together with me. Ile your father is not here, nahangaika na wewe, nini na nini. So I have so much anger and so much bitterness towards my dad because I feel like I came into this world as a mistake and now I'm making my mom go through hell because I'm here. Probably if I was not born, she'd be angekuwa na wasichana wenzake rika yake huko nje having fun. So it's not easy for me to allow this man to come in and me just take it positively. Or for it to turn the whole story, the whole scenario positively. Because bado I have wounds. Because there are so many stages you ought to have been there. Days when you slept hungry, you were not there. Days when I lacked clothes. Days when, you know, I needed someone to fight for me. You were not there. It was just me and my mom. So it is not easy. You have a lot of proving to do. Kwa sababu kuna hii stage too you need them. And if they are not there, even if they come back, their back is a prop. I'm still insisting on their back is a prop.
Yeah, that is very true. I have no siwezi pingana na hilo. But there is also this other side that a child grew up in a comfortable environment. Ule ambaye they never slept hungry because maybe kwa kina mama yao walikuwa sawa. Hakuhitaji mzae because maybe hata mama ya the father the grandfather was the dad or the brothers wa mama yake walikuwa pale as the father figures for this kid. So there's also this other side that this man when anakuja kwa maisha yako anakuja it's like
basically complete
Yes, it's more of a complementary. Anajaribu yes.
Unaccomplish to the gap that
yes,
small
exactly.
gap that was there.
So there's that fact here. So a dad can positively get into a child's life and things even become better. Okay? But just as we said, kuna this other negative side. Mzae anakuja kwa maisha yako and all you see is trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And this might not be physically made materialistically or probably I mean these physical things that we see, but even mentally. Mtoe yeye alikuwa anajua hana mzae, but you come into the life instead of being the better person who was absent, you fuck these kids mental stability. Unapata hata mtoe hapendi wanaume at all, hataki kuonga cause mwanaume amekuja kwa maisha yake na ameharibu, na this is the kind of person anafaa kuwa baba yako.
Do you know, Raj, do you know how hard it is to call someone dad whom you have not seen or been with for like 10 or 14 years?
But yes.
Because when I cleared my class 8 and now I was reuniting with him, do you know how hard it was to just say dad, daddy? It just feels so wrong.
Yes.
It just feels weird. Umtambui. So getting those words from your mouth to just call them dad is a story for another day, because it's heavy, it's hard. This is a stranger. He chose, he decided, I do not want to be part. And now they're back, and now you want to call them dad. It's hard to take it positively.
I get it. Yeah. There's that, lakini kuna coins ziko na side mbili.
Anyway, leaders on the other one.
Don't forget that.
Leaders on the other one.
Does society perceive families with absent dads? How does society perceive families with absent fathers? How does the society perceive?
That they have a problem, that they can't keep a man.
Yeah, it's actually a broken family.
Kwanza, do you know the kind of nitonga ni stigma they face?
Yeah.
Hata mama yako kwa kijiji haizi ongea yako, like wewe kwenda unanga bwana.
Guy, you know it's actually a thing.
Wewe unanga bwana unatuambia nini?
You can't even contribute. Made haizi sema kitu
mbele. Watu wako behave funny like ndio maana hata baba walienda. You know?
Imagine. It's so bad.
It's bad.
It's so
So
sad.
the society has a lot of stigma towards families that their father is not there.
Yeah.
Whether dead, whether alive, but not present, they just have a perception about them.
One thing I've learned about the society, whether...
And they judge them so harshly. Unajua unasema hivyo alafu nakumbuka words zote nimeshaisikia families without fathers wanaambiwa. Unasikia mtu anawaambia, ndio maana baba yenu alienda, juu mko tu sijui wajinga or something like that, you know?
Ama mama yako ni mchawi. Unasikia mama yako ni mchawi. Mama yako hajui kuweka mwanaume. Those society Buddha, you can die.
You can die.
But I think I have something to want as we're ending. So ending this, I think I have something to say for these guys who have present or absent dads in their life. I think tumefika point in life sisi kama wanaume, those guys we are getting into the fatherhood. We have to accept where we are and fucking move on.
Yeah.
I promise it's tough. But if you want to break the cycle, we have to do better.
Yeah.
Wacha hii uchungwishe na sisi. If we are trying to create a generation that is coming afterwards, let it be as a result of our sacrifices. Because we have to take in. As much as we need this, I think you would need somebody like me, you would need somebody like different mwenye akona the same experience to be able to deal with these sacrifices that are given. Be present. Ukipata mtoi by accident, usimdump because you're broke. Buda chunga mtoi wako. Because they will cry. It will haunt you back. Says you will run away. You will say, I had a father because I never chose the right father. But that baby will come back. Those things will haunt you.
Yeah.
So be a better person.
Yeah.
Accept to sacrifice for the better generation to come.
Anyway, guys, that has been the story of the day. We were talking about present dads and absent dads. I'm sure you have something to talk about your dad. If he was present, thank God for you. If he was present and he financially, mentally, socially, and participated in your life, then you definitely have to be grateful to God for that. If you watched this video all the way up to this time, tunasema asante sana, and you should press that subscribe button. You can see we're having amazing, relatable conversations about real life issues, and that's why this is called Life Unfiltered Podcast. Well, from me, the Melanin King, all I'm telling you is goodbye.
Hustler Nation, be a better father.
Adios. See you in the next one. By the way, Christmas imeanza. Did you notice our tree?
They didn't see.
Yeah, goodbye, guys.